We're looking through my old art. Yeah, okay, we're doing this. We're gonna look through my old art today. That's what we're gonna do. This is one of the first sketchbooks that I've ever drawn in. It was given to me by one of my family members, and in 2016, I was like, I want to start drawing, cause I'm really into Undertale at the moment. I want to draw shit. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I did. That's what I did. I drew things. There are a few very important things I want to mention before I get into this. First, it's important to mention that most of these were drawn when I was 13. 2016, that's almost 4 years ago at this point. Most of this stuff is about 4 years old. And I was, you'll see, I was very, 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 very new to the world of art, and that means that there are unfortunately a few, not too many, only like 3 or 4, but there are a few traced drawings in here. I'm gonna try my best not to show them, because I don't want to, show things without crediting them, because it's one of those things where, like, they've been reposted, like, a million times, and you can never, ever find the original source. So I'm just gonna try to skip them, and just breeze past them, because it doesn't reflect my skill as a 13-year-old, and it doesn't really reflect well on me as a person. I mean, I was 13, it was almost 4 years ago now, I was young, I was stupid, I never, as far as I know, from what I can remember, I never posted any of it. I never admitted that they were, like, my own original drawings. I think I was pretty open about the fact that I used to trace, but, like, yeah, so before you cancel me, just know that I know better now, okay? I know better now, and I don't trace, but there are some trace things in here, so if there's weird cutting, or I'm, like, weirdly covering up something, just know that it's because of that, okay? Alright, so let's just jump into it. Okay, so, ignoring that, the first thing we have in here is an icon. This is what I thought my icon should be. Look at that arm. Oh, that arm. Look at how this arm is so skinny. And the wing is so tiny, because I didn't understand how circles worked. And then this wing, I think, is so big. And then this arm is also thick, and the plaid, and the shorts. And what is that? What is that? I think those are supposed to be ears, like dragon ears. I don't know what dragon ears means, but that's what 13-year-old me thought it meant. That's what my logo used to be. A pointy RD. This is what I thought my icon would be. Wow. Okay, so next we have... Wow. We have this drawing. This is what Ryan used to look like. Sorry if it's shaking, I'm like crying. So look at that arm. What that arm do though. Oh my god, I'm shaking the camera. Okay, look at her arms. Tiny ass wings and the ears. It says, "Don't tempt me, Erica. I know where your loyalties lie." And she says, "Ryan, what are you doing?" Oh. Look at the feet, the shoes. They're both wearing shorts. Yeah, I think Ryan was supposed to be a villain originally, but I changed that also. Look at that page tear. Oh, that's so sexy. I love a page tear. I don't know, you can kind of see, these pages are like kind of shitty, so you can kind of see the next one. So, before I actually started writing Dragon Eye, as you can see, March 2nd, 2016, actually this drawing now is officially 4 years old, but I used to draw, like, thumbnail concepts for, like, Dragon Eye episodes. I was like, I do an episode where these two confess their love for Erica. That is what Xander used to look like, and that is what Ryan used to look like. Ryan's old design was basically just okay, I should probably explain. Dragon Eye, for those who don't know, those you can't tell by the horrid, blocky style, Dragon Eye was originally supposed to be a Minecraft roleplay. It was originally supposed to be a roleplay because I was really into diaries for a long ass time, and I was like, I want to do that, but like it's my thing. And so I pulled Erica and Ryan and Xander out of my ass to basically write a diaries ripoff that eventually started to evolve more and more and more over the past 4 years now. Look at that. These are some of the earliest Dragonite art I have, and I used to draw like what potential thumbnails could look like to like, I guess so like older me could look back and be like, oh yes, this is what the plot is. I remember now. And I actually do remember the whole plot of this was that he was going to propose to her, and then he was just like, oh, I like you, and she's like, oh, what do I do? 2 boys love me. Ooh. Like, I don't know. It's stupid. I'm not gonna get into that. And here we have what I thought the handwriting of every Dragonite character would be. Some of these names are actually old. Like this character still exists, but that's not his name anymore. This character still exists, but that's technically not her name anymore. These guys all have the same name. Oh, this guy, he has a different name. These two are Erica's parents, but they don't have the same names anymore. This is another guy who doesn't have that name anymore, and that is a character that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe this could be, maybe this is Lydia's original name? This might be Lydia's original name. I don't remember. But yeah, but these are basically what I thought the characters' handwritings would be. Because a thing that I used to do with older characters of mine is I would, like, make them, like, have, like, signatures. I don't know, it's weird. I was weird. And then I was like, I'm gonna do that with my Dragonite characters. So yeah, that's what I did. Oh, and here's some more icon concepts. Different logos I was going through. The little happy Minecraft uwu, a peace sign uwu. I think that's supposed to be a peace sign. The wings again. Will I ever use these icons? No, I won't, because they are the worst. I'm very content with the one I have now. Okay, this is not traced. As you can tell, this is one of my first Sanses. Look at those bones. I like. Can we talk about the arm? You can see I tried to do like a wave there, but it didn't work. The eye of death. The eye that means doom. I don't know what that is. I think that's supposed to be a tie, but I don't know. I tried to follow like a how to draw like sans thing, and this is basically why I don't use how to draw tutorials, because what the fuck? Oh, I think it's supposed to be like his like the like middle part of sans. I don't know. You know, whatever. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just had to move a bit because my knees were hurting. I was kneeling on the floor just now. Don't worry about it. But so what I used to do is I used to make these little like dumb comics. Look at, it's supposed to be Kara, and that's Sans with the papyrus scarf, because that was a weird thing. The fans were like, "Oh my god, what if he was like wearing the scarf? It's like all dramatic, like." But yeah. So he says, "You dirty brother killer." And then Kara's like, I want to kill you. April 10th, 2016. And we have Mettaton, because I really liked, I liked the cutscene when Mettaton X came out. Like, she was like, oh, or he was like, oh, yes, like all that shit. I was really into that. Not like in like a sexual way, but like in like a, oh, this is a cool scene thing. So I attempted to draw that. And that face right now is a pretty accurate depiction of what my face looks like when I look at this shit. look at what those legs do. What that body do though. What those eyes do though. I don't know what the hell is going on with the face. The hair is honestly could have been a lot worse, but yeah. Okay, and here we have, I think something I posted once. This is like a little like I guess poster that I made for Undertale. You can have save or fight. This choice is yours, bitch. April 10th, 2016. It looks like a 9. It's a 6. And I suck. Look at that bubble text. The hearts. I can never make my broken hearts even. That is that is a terrible star. And that is a terrible sword. I still can't draw swords, but it's fine. Now what's coming up next is gonna be juicy. Not in like a good way though. So, I should explain. I made 3 Undertale AUs. 2 that I actually committed to, this being one of them, and the other one I dropped after like a day. So, Undertale, which I think somebody actually made like an actual like
spin-off game called Uppertail, and I think I can't remember either. I took the name, but it has no correlation to that game that somebody made like ages ago. But I basically was like, oh, what would it be like if they like, you know, what would their life be like on the surface? So I created 2 new characters, count them, 2 OCs for this AU that I just plopped into the story, and the one you're looking at right here is Amanda. And I made her the soul of positivity, I believe, and that is Sans, and that is Papyrus. And as you can see, I did not know how any skeletal bone structure worked, because basically how I drew back then was I just kind of pulled it out of my ass. So, this is the other character I made, the Flower Child, who was the soul of hate, if I do remember correctly, and she had a secret. So her backstory was, she was probably the OC that I developed the most. Like, I gave her the most intense backstory and the most intense character, so I guess I'm just going to try to read this to you. So it says, that flower wouldn't stop talking about your brother, Papyrus. What? Who are you? I'm an old friend of the talking flower. You're an idiot. Me? You were the one with that face. If you were smart, you wouldn't have told me that. Now get dunked on. I literally had to number it. Can we talk about the fact that I literally had to number it because my flow, sorry, I keep fucking up. My flow, like the flow of how I like flowed like comics was so terrible that I literally had to number it, and still like reading it, I'm like having trouble figuring out who's supposed to be who. But yeah, that's Flower Child. Amanda and Flower Child are basically just Frisk and Car like on steroids, and Sans is always involved because I was, as somebody from the Cringe Discord proclaimed me a Sans stan. I was one of those fans. Oh, and here's a Kara art with a little surprise gaster with, that's not actual wingdings, that's just gibberish. And Kara says, I have all the souls except yours, and I assume that's supposed to be maybe Sans or Frisk, I can't remember. And then there's a picture of someone. Oh yeah, it's Sans. It's hard to see on here, but it's like a little smiley Sans. And then there's Gaster in the back, who's probably saying like, oh my god, is that my son? Because for some reason, literally everybody in this entire fandom was convinced that some random character that appeared for like 2 seconds you had to like grind to get to was like the father of 2 like of the main characters. Listen, if you were in the fandom, you know who I'm talking about. You know. And here we have Finding Frisk, I guess. This is popular. I basically just redrew a scene. This is I'm a rock. This is the only punchline I added. Also, I drew very light. Like, these are very light sketches, except for the rock. Like, the rock is so defined, and then there's you can barely see Virus. It's kind of sad. Secret of the Child, Flower Child, her whole gimmick, obviously, being a person, Flower Child, is that she was friends with Flowey. Like, when she fell to the underground, actually, she had a very fucked up backstory. Maybe I'll make a whole video about her and Amanda and their backstories. But basically, her whole shtick was that, like, she had a really fucked up childhood, and then she went to the mountain to, I guess, basically kill herself. Yeah, and child. Listen, I was 13, alright? I was going through it. But then she met Flowey, and they were like friends or something. I don't fucking know. I don't remember the nuances of my Undertale AU, okay? Give me a break. And finally we have some return to sanity with Erica and Xander. I think I actually redrew this recently because I was bored, but I don't think I ever posted it. I guess they like kissed or something, and she's like, never speak of this again, okay? And he's like, okay. Maybe I'll redraw this because this is a cute little dialogue, but oh my god, what those arms, that's how I used to draw arms. And like bodies, literally just tiny squares. Like, look at those tiny little squares. And look at those wings and the ears. I'm so glad I got rid of those ears. Those are ugly as shit. And the Minecraft eyes. The Minecraft eyes is everything. Oh, we have more Undertale. We're back into the insanity. He says, onward, more puzzles. Oh, that's me! I guess I wanted to draw me in Undertale. And it says, is he always like this? And I don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, but these are all, like, within, like, the span of days. Like, I was just cranking these out. Even when I started, I was on that grind, okay? Oh, and that's Azrael. I think that's supposed to be Azrael. Yeah, okay, this is just another Undertale scene. Nobody cares. We have more Papyrus. He says, my cooking skills are beyond amazing. Naps the books up there, and he's like, isn't my brother so cool? And then I say, because I wanted to draw me, and more of me in the Undertale, because I was self-indulgent. This is Hoyum Temi, and I say, for lack of a better word, yes. The judgment. He says, kids like you should be burning in hell, and cars like this should be easy. We all know the drill. We all know the drill at this point. I was obsessed with Sans. Oh, and finally, we have something different. Undyne says, "Is anime's real, right?" And then Frisk says yes, and then she says, completely out of character, "OMG, kawaii desu." I definitely did not know what kawaii desu meant at the time, because I was stupid. But, you know, I put it there anyways, because my brain was like, I think this is a thing that weebs say, so I'm gonna put it there. And look at look at that fish. That's a fish. Little did 13-year-old me know I would still be drawing fish people, just not in the same way. And by that I mean Cooper. I circled back to drawing people with gills. Who knew? So I guess my 13-year-old brain was like, oh, what if Sans fought the Wither? Like from Minecraft, like the Wither boss, and I gave them personalities. This is me right now, the third head. That's me looking at this art. And then that's all of you. And then that's what 13-year-old me looked like. Head derp is like the quintessential, like, if I was to describe what I was like when I was 13, that's how. That's how. That's what I was like at 13. How Sans is with bullies. I don't know who this, I guess it's supposed to be me, like, when they're on the surface, and I'm like, Sans, oh my god, the kids are bullying me. He's like, what? And then he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna take care of this kid, and that's the kid. That's what I thought bullies looked like. Oh, and I don't know who that is, emo kid. We got a scene kid. We got a scene kid on the scene. Everybody back the fuck up. We got a scene kid. Yeah, so he was like, oh, and look at the uwu son. Temmie son. You can't see it because my iPad's quality is shit. And then there's a Flowey. I think I followed a tutorial for that. I think I followed another how to draw Papyrus. You know, maybe it's a good thing I didn't really follow tutorials that much. Here's another Sans tutorial. There's so much left of this book. We're gonna be here for a while. Okay. So this was an Upper Tail thing where, like, Amanda, she's like, I guess, like, Flower Child and Kara are, like, friends, I guess. I don't know. They were, like, friends, but they also hated each other. I don't really know what I was doing when I was 13. But Amanda somehow, like, stops time, and they're like, what the fuck? Because Kara and Flower Child are, like, about to beat up Sans, and Frisk is like, what? And then Amanda's like, stop! And they're all like, wait, what the fuck? She just stopped time. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, okay, we're nearing the end. I had to skip those because they were traced. A scrapped thing. I'm sure many artists know this pain. More scrap things. Oh, okay. This I can show. So I had another Undertale OC. Count them 1, 2, 3 Undertale OCs. 3 that I made. And this is Crystal. And Crystal was probably, like, when you think of, like, Mary Sue, like, cringy, like, Undertale OC, like, Crystal should be exactly who you think of. Like, she had, like, neon blue hair, she had, like, a purple sweater, she was, like, Sans and Papyrus' like, long-lost, like, human twin with, like, powers, and she had her own, I basically made an entire AU just to flesh out one character. And that is the second of 3 AUs I made. So we had Upper Tail, and then this one, which I actually probably developed even more than Upper Tail, True Lab Entries. That is something I actually sat down and wrote for a year. Like for maybe a year, I, like, sat down and would write, and I think I have, like, 20 pages, like, still in a Google Doc. That could be a fun thing to read, for you guys. That could be fun. She's got, like, the eye powers or whatever. She has 2 different color eyes. She's got the whole shebang. There's Gaster. Because I guess Crystal didn't have her memories, or I don't know. There was a whole thing where, like, Crystal had to get, like, kicked out or whatever, or they all did, and there was all this thing about memories. Nobody fucking cares. Okay, look at the old art. Look at how shitty my old art was. Okay, I hate that I'm, like, explaining this. Oh, I remember this. Okay. I'll get into this when I look at another book that I am deeply ashamed of, but I might have to share with the public one day because I found it so funny. But there's this song from one show, Wander Over Yonder, and I was like, and somebody made a version with Undertale, and I was like, I can do that too! And I drew it. It's not in here, it's in another sketchbook. I call it the book that will ruin my life because it's just full of the cringiest things I think I've ever made in my life. But we'll get to that another time. Here's a comic poorly drawn by RD. Well, at least I was self-aware. Oh my god, that's the lunch club smile. Wow. we love life foreshadowing. Not much longer. I don't really know what that's about. Okay, sibling moment. Yeah, okay, that's more Crystal stuff. It's like a photo of them. It's a whole thing. Oh no, Crystal didn't lose her memories. They did, and she had to get kicked out. You know what? I'll make a video about True Love entries another time because wow. Okay, and then next is the old a roleplay. This is Dragonite. This is what Dragonite's working title used to be. Minecraft Village. I know. What a fucking original name, Minecraft Village. But again, we're going with the Diaries ripoff. It's called Minecraft Diaries. So I was like, I'm gonna call it Minecraft Village because I'm special. But yeah. And before I just want to explain this guy. He is like, okay, that's Damien. His design, he used to be like a literal shadow. So he's just like solid black. I'm not racist, okay? I'm not racist. He's a literal shadow. He's like a shadow, okay? I changed him. He's a person now. He's a person, okay? He's a person. That's why I don't like showing old Dragonite art because of Damien, okay? I rewrote him. He's a person. He's a real thing. I'm not a racist. Do not cancel me, okay? The fact that I can't even tell, I think just shows how bad these drawings are. We just take a minute. Erica is the one who looks like the best here, and Ryan, I don't know what the fuck happened to Ryan. Okay, so that's Charlotte, Damien, no, that's Aaron. That's Aaron, because Taylor's down here. That's Aaron. That's Jaden, and that's Xander, that's Erica, that's Ryan, that's Kat, that's Nicolette, and that's Taylor. Okay, we got them all. So we got the furries at the bottom of the social ladder. We love that. Yeah, Nicolette's not a furry, but she's in love with a furry. Sure, and Taylor. Spoilers! I can't talk about spoilers. Ooh. Okay, this is when I finally got Undertale Amino, May 27th. I remember the exact day, and I participated in a challenge. I never won, but it was Underark. I don't know, any OGs out there? Remember Undertale Amino? Yeah, that place was kind of hell. Actually, I actually had a pretty chill time with it. I had a worse time in Afmo Amino, but that's a video for another day. So that's Grilby. It's cute, but the arms are way too short for comfort. This is the Underswap AU, but nobody cares about that. Is a Sans. Okay, this I actually can show, because this, contrary to what you might think, is not traced. I actually freehanded this, but I looked at another piece of art, so it's technically not my own original style, and this also technically isn't my pose or anything, but I did freehand this. I did freehand it, and I was very proud of it for a long time. And this is Amanda's colors. This is her design. It literally is just Frisk. She's literally just Frisk, but with longer hair. Later I changed her outfit to give her a gray sweater for a bit more originality. This is her first design. Here's a Flowey. Here's an Alphys. I'm pretty sure I looked at an art. I'm pretty sure I copied an art style for that. There's a Monster Child. There's an Undyne that looks like she's seen better days. I don't know. I tried. I didn't really know, because I think the thing with this is when you're trying to draw for the first time and you're basing off of pixel art, sometimes it's kind of hard to see what the fuck everything is. I probably shouldn't have started off with trying to draw characters that are technically just pixels, at least their official designs. So, yeah. We have I don't know, I think that's another Metaton thing. She's like, oh yes, and Kara's like, really? And that's Flower Child, she's like, hee 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 hee. And then there's a spare save thing. I don't really know what that means. I think it's supposed to be dust, but I'm just gonna say it's cocaine, because I think that's funnier. There's another, I think, Underswap Sans. Here's a face, because I also loved this face as a child, and that looks like the Odd Ones Out. Before I knew who the Odd Ones Out was. And then that's Erica, and that's Xander, that's a face. Dragon Life. You know, Dragon Life. I'm so cool and quirky. I'm 13. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, this is True Love entry stuff. Gaster had a wife, because Gaster was... Yeah, I'll get into that later. That's Ariel, as in, the font, Ariel, A-R-I-E-L, that font. Or A-L, I don't know, Ariel, the font, because they're Gaster, font. You know, Undertale fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is not traced, but it's terrible. It's more Sans, Your Best Friend, Flowey and Asriel, another Flowey. I mean, I shaded this okay, but the actual anatomy of it looks terrible. Petals are not even inspiring me. I managed to have to turn this. Here we have a thing called Control Over the Timeline. Me when I finally cleaned up my Twitter. This is Kara basically kidnapping everyone and kidnapping Flowey and being like, give me control of the timeline, bitch. Give me control. Flowey's like, no. And she's like, give me control. now. Do it now, bitch. I don't know. I'm looking at old art makes me get weird. I'm sorry. That's a thing. I literally remember walking to her sister and be like, oh my god, didn't I do so well? And she's like, yeah, sure, don't talk to me. This is another thing I did, Papyrus, Castor, and Sands. Yeah. And this is what I did for 200 followers on Artelamino. You were awesome. Look at how cute she is. That's what my Sona looked like for a day. And then I actually gave myself an Undertale-based persona that somebody actually drew for me once. I think it was a part of an art trade. And I had that as my profile picture forever, and I still love it so much. If I can find it, maybe I'll put it up on screen. I sometimes forget that, like, somebody actually, like, drew my persona, like, even, like, way back then. Like, that was still really cool. There's a first car thing, and that's a charge tour thing, and that's just a weird thing. And yay! We're finally at the end! Oh my god, we're finally at the end of hell. But that's not the only hell. I have way more. So if you guys like this funny, haha, quirky video, leave a like and let me know that you want to see more of my embarrassing past. Because I will show you my embarrassing past. Because, you know what? I don't want to have shame anymore. Thank you for watching. And to end it off the video, here is a little ram. Yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you all later. Bye.